Chapter 25, House of Commons. My fight just kept on going. Were they ever going to give in and let me have this drug? It was obvious that I should have been allowed to have the drug, as it is supposed to be a national health service. My parents have paid a lot of taxes towards the NHS, so why, therefore, when I need their help, is it not allowed? Surely I should be offered a fair chance, the ability to try to get better. The strong media attention in my case made me feel stronger and made me feel that I deserved the chance to try the drug beat interferon, in case it helped me. I was 17 years old, a baby really, and I didn't want the illness, the disease, to ruin my life at this early age. My local MP, Mr. James Gray, approached me and asked if I would like his help. I obviously said yes, and on the required day I was driven up to the House of Commons in a limo with James Gray and my parents. When the taxi stopped and the door was open for me, I got out to the sound of hundreds of cameras. My bright red skirt suit made me look the picture of health. My parents got out of the taxi too, and we followed James Gray before I was stopped for photos and many questions. I was all smiles and answered every question with determination and desire, allowing the papers the right to believe that I had a chance to turn the national health authorities around, to make them bend over backwards to help me. I knew I looked like a film star with my long blonde hair and big blue-green eyes. The red suit just made me stand out, the person in the centre of the picture. I loved all the attention, and I felt as though I had reached all the goals I had previously aimed to get. The Olympic gold, the records. I felt that I was holding every MS sufferer's hands and telling them that I was given MS to help them, to get rid of the unfairness in this country. I was very confident as I followed James Gray into the Parliament buildings. The crowd stayed outside, and I noted the picturesque building with all the stonework and pictures. It was all so stunning. I walked through with a smile on my face, knowing that this is where I was meant to be. I took a seat next to my mum in the main room and watched all the opening ceremonies as the MPs walked in. My parents and I watched as the MPs discussed other issues, and when James Gray stood up, I got excited. This was my bit. James Gray talked about one of his constituents, me, and how it was unfair that I hadn't been offered the drug. The other MPs listened and agreed that I should be allowed the drug, at least to see if it works. I wish it had been their choice, but obviously life isn't that easy. When the meeting was over, I walked out, uncertain if it had been a positive meeting, or even whether anything had been decided. The media jumped on me again when I walked out of the House of Commons, and again I smiled and answered the questions, hoping that this was all going to work in my favour. James Gray took us for a cup of tea and agreed that it had been a good meeting and that hopefully something good would happen. The following day my face graced the front of all the national and local papers, and the red suit looked the perfect choice. Yes, everything was going well. Maybe I will get the drug. Stephanie Millward, the face of MS.